I can't go back to you, my friend. Don't even ask, don't play pretend.
You know you left me lonely, I could tell them the whole story. It may take a couple hours, I've got time, let's get the chat. To how could I explain the situation? Man, it's so damn complicated. Where do I start, where do I end? I should go back to bed. I'm going back to all the basics, teaching myself now how to erase it. It's like learning a whole new language, and I'm afraid, too scared to face it. I just want consistent clarity, but all my thoughts destroy. Give me some peace of mind, it's all I need. Give peace to all of my family. I can't go back to you, my friend. Don't even ask, don't play pretend. You think you are everything I need, but I gotta leave. Try but can't get through to me. It's not you, yeah, it's always me. I close my heart to you, you see it opens up for nobody. It's been so hard to fall asleep. The weather always makes my nose bleed, makes my nose bleed. It's so hard to believe that one day I'll feel peace. I want control over my life, I want that driver's seat. Yeah, it's not you that I need. You push me down when I'm weak. You were never there for me. Go pick up your keys and leave. I can't go back to you, my friend. Don't even ask, don't play pretend. You think you're everything I need, but I gotta Can't go back to you, my friend. Don't even ask, don't play pretend. Cause you think you are everything I need, but I gotta leave.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me.
Turn on your mind now, tune into the feed. We're planting digital flowers from a single tiny seed. Yeah, power to the collective, in the data and the soul. The hive mind's getting louder, finding voice and control.
What is going on, Hive? I hope everybody's having a fantastic Saturday morning. Got some good sleep last night, or you got rowdy and maybe you're hurting a little bit. Whatever you were trying to do, I hope you accomplished it. I'm excited to be back hanging out with you guys. And I got an interesting topic for today. It seems rather obvious of they're lying on the 911 call. The body cam doesn't match what seems to be the crime scene. I saw a couple comments as the intro was running, right? I mean, that's straightforward. That's what this is. It doesn't match. But I have delete the footage. Delete the footage. And I'm not even joking you. I think that's what they're going to, meaning the powers that be, the court system, law enforcement. I see that being an option, that they will delete this. They clearly do not seem to care about the rule of law, the public being able to have any insight into this investigation. And I'm getting done with the stream last night, and I'm scheduling, today's stream, and I'm like, what do I want to talk about? I'm like, dude, I can't believe that they haven't just deleted this yet. If they don't want people to look into it, they could just delete it. Like, the ceiling is worse than just deleting it. If they delete it, people are going to be like, oh my God, that sucks. Like, what now? I don't know why they haven't done that. I don't want them to, but they might as well. I mean, they might as well at this point. If they're not going to be transparent, if they're not going to tell us the truth, if we're going to have to FOIA everything, if we're going to have to keep, pissing people off by not letting this go, we'll either do one of two things. Show us the damn footage or just delete it. It's like there's two choices at this point. And that's going to be our theme. We're going to do some digging today. This Idaho 4 case is obviously not about justice anymore. It's about controlling the narrative. I've been saying that for quite some time. I know a lot of people in here feel that way. It's just, they've built a Hollywood production at this point. Everything that they've said that they're trying to avoid, they've done nothing but just pour gas on the fire of this becoming a Hollywood production. God forbid the people understand that something doesn't add up. God forbid we see something and we go, hey, God. It's like the, what is it? Is it Leo where he's like, what's that meme? That's what I feel like this entire case is like Leo looking at the TV and he's like, hang on, wait. What was that? Go back. That's what this whole case feels like to me. Anyways, what up, Sherlock? Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. UK Karen's tuning in. Donna. Good morning, Anna. Robin says a lot of it's worthless. Yeah, facts. What's up, Caleb? Tracy from Bama. War Eagle. I can't not say it. Yeah, it's our fault. It's our fault for merely noticing something's wrong. Because let's be honest, these selective leaks, they're selective. They're not protecting the victims. Like, isn't it odd, too, that everything that's selectively leaked, it doesn't help the story or the victims at all, right? They have to twist it, and it actually makes it more sus, which is also just a weird, mind-boggling aspect to these selective leaks. They don't help anything. What up, Terry? Good morning, Dina. Sue from South Africa, good to see you. Harper, easy there. Lamey Jamie, not Lamey Jamie, my bad. Good to see you. Appreciate that, 1111. Yeah, I switched up the hat game a little bit. I got to get some more like custom birdie ones. I think I wore that camo one for like 5 months straight every day when I went on camera. I was just over it. Like, I can't do it anymore. Good morning, Kathy. Coffee with Birdie. Lisa, how are you doing? Miss Jess says distraction, and it's so obvious. Yes, it is. It certainly feels like a giant experiment, Jill, doesn't it? Discord Dawn, good to see you. It does make everything worse. Bohemian Growth said, I fell asleep last night watching. Well, you might have only really missed me shotgunning a beer, depending on what time you fell asleep. You're creeping from the puddles in Berdino's yard. Not an NPC said you lost service for a second. What did I miss? Well, I'm on the ledge of a crash out right now because it's so interesting how we've looked at this case for so long, so many days, so many hours. We have yet to stop finding things. And we've entered this era where evidence really just means whatever aligns with the press release. Think of that. Evidence is now just what aligns with the official press release, and anything else is a conspiracy. That's the era that we've entered. And I don't want to point fingers. I don't want to blame people for whose fault it is. But we could. We absolutely could. I don't think it helps anything, but I do think there's an aspect of it. I absolutely think that we could point fingers at certain people and organizations that have gotten us into that era. Honestly, I think it's just because they're giant pussies. I'm sorry for my language. I think that they don't have a spine. I think they're afraid to be different. I think they're afraid to say something that maybe, oh, they might get some comments of people saying that that's not right and how dare them, because they have no backbone. They're soft. Saying the truth should never make you feel less confident because of what someone on the internet's going to say. And so many people are so terrified of doing that because they're soft. Like it's not just an orchestration of incompetence. It's something that's personal within a lot of these people. That's why they're able to have these jobs. That's why they're able to sit there and read a teleprompter and not question anything. And it like, that's what I've said. You know, am I a true crime fan? Don't get me wrong. I look into a lot of them, but it's not like I'm just sitting there, you know, listening. True Bledsoe says softer than Charmin. Thank you so much for the super chat. Amen to that. You know, it's not like I'm just sitting there listening to these murder mystery podcasts for entertainment. No. I'll look into it because I'm like, what are they lying about? What's in the news that doesn't make sense? Yeah, Sherlock, I just saw your comment. It just flew by though, but I saw it. Yeah, email me. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. And because, okay, so here, to go back to my point and to just finish that rant. Let me get this on screen too, by the way. The thing that's really bothersome and why I'm saying these people, like, we can point fingers and we could say, you don't have a spine, you don't have a backbone, you know, you're not to blame for all of these people trying to pull this off. However, because your intentions are set on not the truth, your intentions are on being liked, both this idea of you through the screen rather than being your authentic self and genuine, it is now seething through you. There's no authenticness in these people. They'll do whatever for a quick buck. And if they can do it with this case, try to wrap your head around what they can do with no cameras, with no media coverage. Think of one of our Hive members whose mother has been wrongfully convicted of murder for 25 years, sitting in prison today. Took 25 years before, you know, somebody's able to reach out, and not that we're going to, I don't know if we're going to be able to figure it out. Who knows? You know, we got to work with Marissa on that. But I'm just saying, that's a perfect example. 25 years, guys. This is not about Brian Koberger. This is about people doing the right thing. And that's it. So, man, I did not kind of expect to kind of get up here and just get mad. But when I think about this online presence of this case, it's just disgusting. It's sad. It's sad. And people could say, no, you're the disgusting one, Birdie. You and the Hive, you guys are out here talking crazy conspiracies. Well, what else are we supposed to do when we can't see any of the freaking footage? Well, you could see the footage. Oh, really? Look at this picture on the screen right here. Why are they blurring out people's faces that we already know? Right? Make that make sense. It doesn't make sense. Yes, well said, Robin. It's about fighting back against corruption and TPTB controlling us. It's about us not allowing them to do it. Right? Sue Ann's like, why? Sherlock roams said, I met a woman who teamed up with her daughter's convicted killer to help him because she feels he is innocent and the real killer's out there still. So not all victims' families are like that. Wow. Oh, dude, I just got goosebumps. Hey, you know what I was thinking of when you just said that? Dude, it's so funny because there's a lot of people will know exactly what I'm saying when I say this. This is not meant to come at anybody in the Hive based on your opinion of the Scott and Lacey Peterson case. But you have to remember, if we're going to go and say Brian Koberger might be innocent, if I was to say that about Scott, I'm not sure. I know like Sammy T was sending me videos, and you guys know Sammy T, for as fiery and worked up as she gets, it's passion. But she's a great researcher. She has sent me some stuff that is in these new papers that are coming out with the LA Innocence Project. It's mind blowing. And I think back to that case. If you go back and you watch that documentary, so I went and I rewatched this after Sammy was telling me it because I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna watch it. The only theory that I had was that maybe the real killers, if Scott didn't do it, they saw the news and they moved the body to where they were all looking. Because I feel like Scott has to be the stupidest criminal ever to dump a body in that bay and then tell them he was at the bay. And the whole fleeing and the hair dyeing, who knows? That looks terrible. He was also a national media spectacle. What I'm trying to say is there's an argument. However, one of the things that is wildly mind-blowing, if you go and you look, go watch Lacey's mother. Go watch Lacey's family. Dude, they were ride or die for Scott being innocent until what happened? The media just chipped away and continued to make a villain out of Scott and he didn't help himself. Don't get me wrong. He did not help himself. That dude, somebody who really loved him should have pulled him to the side and beat his ass really quick and said, now get your ass in front of that camera, cry, and tell them your honest truth. And if you don't love her anymore and you had an affair and you wanted to leave, then be open about it. But you can't leave it open to this much speculation. Like, being a piece of shit husband does not make you a murderer. Okay. Like, you just need to say that. And I'm not talking just in specific to Scott Peterson's case, but I'm saying the power of the media. Right. Right. And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that tweakers are kidnapping pregnant ladies. Guys, I'm not even here to debate it. I'm trying to say that with cases like this, you have to look at the influence the media has even on the people in it. And to Sherlock's point, when he just said one of the victim's moms truly believes that the real killer is out there and is helping the person that was convicted. I mean, that is mind blowing. Yeah, exactly. Like, dude, that dude needs to go back to like basic self-awareness, kindergarten, preschool type levels. Because he did not do anything to help himself. Don't get me wrong. And I feel like I could say this to all you guys too, because we're just out here thinking loud. Dude, I'm telling you, the first time I watched that first Karen Reed documentary, I thought Karen Reed was guilty as hell. Like, just the way her presence was on camera. So it could also go the other way. Right? So what it comes down to is like evidence matters and how someone acts on camera doesn't. You know what I mean? That's just my thoughts on it. Donna says, thank you so much for the super chat. Well, in Australia, on the 27th of December, we lose our freedom. We have to digital ID. So fucked up. What? You guys are officially going live with it? I'm going to look this up. Wow. Good luck. Let us know when we have to start getting the boats ready to come over and save you guys. Have you guys ever heard the story of Burn the Boats? Has anybody ever heard that story? It was like a Spanish wise. It's like an old story about burning the boats and it was all about like visualizing. So I'm going to butcher this. So it's been a while. You know what? Maybe I'll just look it up. My wife always tells me that I should do this. Instead of trying to explain it, just show people. She's like, just show people, babe. I'm like, but that's not as fun. See if I can pull this up and then we'll get into it. Yeah, Hernando Cortez.
19. There was a man in 1519 who set sail on the final leg of a voyage that was to take him from the shores of Cuba to the Yucatan Peninsula. He had in his employ 500 soldiers, 100 sailors, 16 horses on 11 ships. And they were going to take the world's richest treasure. It was a treasure of gold and silver and artifacts, jewels that had been held by the same army for 600 years. Everybody knew about this treasure because army after army had tried to take it. Conqueror after conqueror had appeared with the forces and with the will to take this, but nobody had been able to do it. This guy, his name was Hernando Cortez, he was a conqueror, which, you know, to our way of thinking, this is a horrible thing. But back then, it was like a job description. You know, you could be a doctor, you could be a baker, you could be a conqueror. You know, there were courses in it. And little kids would grow up wanting to be. And so anyway, Cortez was a conqueror. But he was a little bit different in his approach because he knew that time after time, people had gathered armies and nobody, so he had to gather an army whose level of commitment was beyond that which ordinary people consider commitment. So rather than just sign them up, he talked to them beforehand. He talked to them about what the treasure was like and what their lives would be like when they took the treasure.
I want you guys to listen to this, and thank you so much, Adrian, 1984. I want you to listen how profound this story is and how being a conqueror back in the day and how there was people that have tried to storm this. And what did they do? They visualized. What are the jewels? What do they look like? What are they going to feel like? What are your kids going to say? Because you guys did it. Okay. We have to think in this mentality in general. I truly believe that the 40,000 foot view of this story is the only way that we get out of this mess. It's the only way that countries like Australia fight against the digital ID. So I just want to preface that there's only 3 minutes left.
And what their families and their generations of lives would be like when they took the treasure, and how they were going to take the treasure and why they were different, and what would be like that moment that they put their hands on. And so he laid a vision out for these people, for these men. And then they set sail. Well, halfway through the voyage, he realized he had a problem because a lot of these people who were so certain turned into whiners.
Yep.
You know, I mean, halfway across, you know, Mr. Cortez, we're not sure we should be on this ship at this time.
How many friends do you have like
It was
that?
amazing. You know, Cortez was like, and they got there. When they got there, they didn't just walk in and fight like conquerors had done in the past. He waited there on the beach. You know, he gathered everybody on the beach and he made them listen to talks about what the treasure was going to be like. And he brought somebody up to talk about what their children would grow up like and how the children would grow up in favor and in wealth because of what they had done. He laid that vision out for them. And then finally, the day came that they were going to march in and take the treasure, and they gathered around. And as they gathered around, they grew quiet. And they were ready for the speech. They knew that this would probably be the speech where Cortez says, you know, you go here, we'll go here. If the arrows start flying, meet me at this coconut stump. We're out of here. But what he said was 3 words that changed everything. As they quieted down, he leaned in and he said, burn the boats. And they said, excuse me? He said, burn the boats, torch the boats. And they burned their own boats at Cortez's direction. He said, if we're going home in their boats.
It's badass.
Well, an amazing thing happened. They fought well. It was the first time it had ever been done. They took the treasure. They took it. First time in 600 years, and they took the treasure. Why? They had no choice. Take it or die. I mean, that was basically the choice. Take it or die. And I'm sure they considered that. Take it, die. I guess we'll take it. And they did, boy. They took the treasure. And see, here's the thing. The question for us is, what is it in our lives that is still floating the excuses in our minds, that's keeping us from getting what we say we want? What are the boats in our hearts and in our minds that we need to burn? Now, I know why a lot of people are scared to burn boats. And frankly, a lot of it has to do with personal feeling. A lot of people are scared to burn their boats because they know they'll get criticized if they do.
I mean, tell me that doesn't just sum up everything perfectly with what is needed, you know, in today's day and age. And I'm not here to try to do some motivational hoorah-rah speech, but that's a great point. Like, what are the boats in your personal life that you need to burn? Like, what are the things that you keep falling back onto where if you just set a blaze to them, you'd have no other choice? And it's a deep question. And it's a hard question because usually it's the things that you fall back onto that are your biggest crutch, the things that make you feel secure. And in the case of social media, as I was kind of ranting about when I started this stream, it was the inauthenticity of the likes and people hyping you up because, oh, you parroted a mainstream talking point, right? You parroted what a giant news corporation said. And Lori says, stop, Bertie. My therapy's on Monday. Well, burn the boats today, Lori. No excuse. Burn them. Yeah, we started the day with some deep thoughts for sure. Absolutely. But I think it's important. Until people are okay and they fully let go of this fear of saying something against the grain, we, as the masses, are, again, all capital letters as big as you could fit on the screen, FUCKED. Because time and time again, these soft-ass people ruin it for everybody. These people that just go along with it because they're like, oh, somebody with more money than me or somebody who's got a bigger job title than me, they said we can't do it. No, they said that's wrong if I think. I can't think. No. I'm not as smart as them. I'm less than them. No, fuck that, dude. That's what gets us into these messes. Stand up for yourself, right? Be proud of your last name and who you are and what you want to accomplish. And if your morals and your character happen to align with the mainstream media, but it's authentic, then I'd rather have that. I think a lot of people would rather have that because at least it's genuine. But nobody in here is any less than anybody else or any more than anybody else, whether it's a job title, whether it's wealth, whether it's their family, whatever it is. Who cares? At the end of the day, we're all living on this beautiful flat earth together. That was a shitty wink. Hang on. You know what I mean? And if you've ever seen the movie American Sniper about Chris Kyle and his childhood, I think one of the most powerful scenes is when him and his little brother are sitting at the dinner table with his father and mother. And his dad was saying, we're not raising sheep, but we're also not raising wolves. I think he talks about sheepdogs. Like, I think people in here need to have that mentality. Right? And it's, damn it, lady. You're right. See, then at that point, if I gave that wink to somebody across the bar back when I was a bachelor, I'm not even going over there at that point. That would be followed up with like, I like your shoes or something stupid. I would panic. And yeah, exactly. I probably would be. I know Mrs. Birdie's working right now, but if she watches the replay, I do think back to some of just these horrendous attempts that I've made in the past. Just over before they started. And I just had no shame. Sherlock says, you weren't given eyes to watch the world burn. You were given eyes to wake up. That would be badass on a t-shirt. Tell us some failures of spit and game. I don't know if I want to do that. Savvy Rooster says, I'm actually starting to get scared about where we're headed. I hope everything will be okay. We're going to be okay. We are going to be okay. Because I do believe that people will always find a way out. It's just, how difficult are we going to let it get to before we make that decision? Yeah, that's also true. The people doing it against us have the burn the boat mentality. Clearly, they don't care. They've let everything go. Oh, I got some storable food for sure. Not a full-on prepper, but Miss Birdie and I have enough guns and ammo for a small militia, probably. I think I told everybody my dad was a gun salesman his whole life. The fear is mostly manufactured narratives. We're all going to be fine. Amen, Dawn. We win in the end. We need to like watch the Braveheart speech. So, and real quick, guys, if everybody could just please swipe down on the chat, hit the like button. I keep all my streams free. All that I ask is that you do press the like and subscribe. It takes no time. It helps the channel out way more than you guys realize. And I go live every weeknight at 7 p.m. Central. And then on Friday mornings, I host what I call the Sting, which is sometime between 7 and 9 a.m., depending on the day and what my schedule looks like. Saturdays, I pop on whenever. And then Sundays, again, 7 p.m. Central. But I love doing this. I absolutely love sitting in here and talking with you guys. I want to see the Hive continue for as long as it can and grow and spread far and wide. So if you guys could send it to your friends, press the subscribe button. I hate doing this. I'm extremely uncomfortable when I ask for this, because I don't want to feel like I'm out here begging for it by any means. But it does help the channel probably more than people realize. And it takes 2 seconds. It costs nothing. You know, I try to give you guys the best viewing experience as I can. And I'm putting in real effort. I want this to be a success and to succeed and to carry on for how long. So I really would appreciate it if you guys could do that. So thank you very much. And now, ultimately, this comment, if you guys remember, Cletus McFettis had said in a chat, if you check the Nunez body cam, all the cars are in the parking lot. But if you look at the Snyder body cam, the red Jeep and the black SUV aren't even there. Now, before we watch this, because I stopped myself from watching this before the stream, because I also don't want to assume, and I think it does help me when I watch stuff for the first time and kind of react to it with you all. Just out of curiosity, has anybody looked into what this has said? Oh, thank you, Raja. I appreciate that. Grammy T says, my kids keep calling and interrupting the stream. My freaking grandma fell again last night, broke her hip, her wrist, and her shoulder. So that sucks. She's going into surgery today. My mom had to drive back from Antigo. She was up UTVing. So it's just say a little prayer for Grandma Birdie. That's just, I mean, it's her second fall in, what is that, 3 months? Team Cuckoo, what is that? Team Cuckoo Kachu says, my wife, Harper Steele, said I had to do a super charger for her because she can't on her phone. Thank God or she would go broke. Well, thank you so much to Harper Steele and Team Cuckoo Kachu. That's an awesome username. I really appreciate that. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, it's weird because it's like and thank you guys for all saying, prayers for my grandma. It's one of those things where it's like when you hear it, it's just like, oh, you know what I mean? She's made of glass, everybody. She's being held together with duct tape and WD-40 at this point from her first fall. And what's so crazy too, and thank God for the awesome nursing staff at her home where she's at. Because when she fell, she was only worried about her shoulder. And she said, oh, I'm having a little bit of hip pain. And just thank God they x-rayed both. I mean, her hip was effed. Like if she would have tried to walk, who knows what would have happened. So it's crazy that the pain was all in her upper body, but thank God they x-rayed the hips. And if you guys know with like older people, their hips, it's just so there might be there, and I'm not saying that this for sure, but there might be some pre-recorded streams, depending on how things go, where I have to pre-record and not be in the chat, seeing how this surgery goes with that. But okay, I just wanted to say that quick and let everybody know, and thank you all. But so let's go back to Cletus McFettus. If you check the Nunez body cam, all the cars in the parking lot, but if you look at the Snyder body cam, the red Jeep and the black SUV aren't there. So there's this thing that's called like video sync. Have you guys ever heard of this? Or view sync. It's a really interesting tool. Like I was using it for the Linda Lane footage. It actually starts 2 YouTube videos at the same timestamp and runs them synonymously. So now I'm trying to remember how did I do this? Okay. So I have Nunez here. I'll do this with you guys here. All right, so you just copy and paste the URL. And then it was Nunez and it was Snyder. Has anybody ever used this tool before? It's super interesting, or it's super helpful, rather. All right, here we go. So I got to go and look to see. So this one, Officer Snyder starts at 12:10, which is 00 in the video. And what's interesting is with Nunez, see, I don't know if we're going to be able to sync it up where it matters, but we could try. All right, so that's 11:33 in the video. 11:33.
I saw the guy. We don't know what's going on. Can you come here?
All right, so it should be synced up now. I think I did that right.
I saw the guy. I just walked the door and I ran outside. We don't know what's going on. Can you come here with me, please? Break Fire 3170. Could you guys grab some blankets for all these people out here? Oh, okay. Nope. Just come over here with me, please. Okay. Just give me 1 second, please. I'm gonna get your name and information.
So you can see the red Jeep and the car up here, right? So we are looking for, just to remind everybody. Okay, if you check the Nunez body cam, all the cars are in the parking lot. But if you look at Snyder body cam, the red Jeep and the black SUV aren't even there. So that's what we're seeing. So we just confirmed it in Nunez right up here, right?
Just 1 second. We'll get you a blanket and stuff, all right? Thanks, guys. Yeah, that'd be good for now, and then maybe the big white blankets whenever you're moving on. Actually, you guys should probably just hang on to these whenever. Does that name else?
Is this view better or the top and bottom? Do you guys like this view or the other one? I kind of like this one better. Okay, this one.
No, you guys did. Okay. We would like a blanket right now. It's temporary. Anybody like one for your feet to stand on? Okay. I'll let you. Thanks, man. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, if that anyone shows up.
You know, we could get a quadrant of them going too. We can play up to 4 that are synced. So I don't know. Is there any other ones that would sync up really well with these two? Or sus stuff that we could confirm in them?
That'd be great. Can you grab some blankets? Yeah, 1 second, man. Let me just grab it. Oh, you gotta do that stuff. They're warmer. Okay. I know she was barefoot, so I was hoping to get something for her, but thank you very much. Thanks, boss.
So here's Snyder's footage, though. I see them. Do you guys see them? So I'm not trying to just like put Cletus McFettus on blast, but I see them right here. You know what I mean? Unless there's a different angle, which maybe this actually is more of a in favor of what they're saying, because I'm not sure. They didn't give a timestamp. I don't know if Cletus McFettus is in here, or I saw Sherlock said that he said, I saw that Sherlock also had said he noticed this. Does anybody know when that would be? Because I see them here, but that's also the first time on Snyder's body cam, which is the one on the right, if you're looking at this, that we even have a visual of the cars. Maybe they meant Warner. I mean, do you guys want to sync up all 4 of them, or do you think that's too much? We would just have to find a time where they're all there. We could sync them. Oh, Sherlock was responding to the other comment. Got you. My bad. My bad, dude. I think it's too much. Let's just watch this. We got it lined up good right now.
Any person. And your middle name? Good phone number to check. Okay. And is this your address? Yes. What's that address?
1122 King Road.
Is your driver's license right?
Yes.
Okay. How much have you seen?
No, I don't really know. I just saw my friend when I called because we were so scared. Like, can you please help us? And that's all I saw. That man right there. That helped so you.
There's a big guy in there.
Yeah, and that's when he told us he was called the bus.
Do you mind just waiting over there for me, please? Okay. When... Now, I heard you talking about last night.
Yeah.
You don't have to... The more we know right now, the better. We start this process. Somebody will probably be revisiting this interview with you very soon. Again. Okay? So, you're probably going to have to retell the story.
That's fine.
Alright. What do you remember seeing? What started?
I remember I was in my room and I was trying to go to bed and I heard Kaylee who
Wait, that's weird. So these are synced up. These are synced up, and the conversation with Dylan is at 2 different times. You guys notice that right there? You guys know what I'm saying? I started these at the same time on the upper right with the timestamps, and whoa. So Dylan's conversation is at different points. Maybe that's why they're blurring the faces out, because they're freaking dubbing in the audio of the conversation, everybody. That's so wild. I would be curious. Okay, so what I'm going to do, how about this? So I'm going to make a note. This will be interesting for tomorrow night. I'm going to sync up all of the body cam. Or 4 of them. That's the most I can do. I'm going to sync up 4 of them. And whenever it gets to be around Dylan or people talking, I'll unmute them. That's wild. Yes. Dude, that could be the reason. That could literally be the reason. That is trippy. Facts, Donna. Facts. Is anybody surprised? So what I'm saying is, I'm going to go back. I'll show you guys this. Dylan's conversation is happening on the left side of the screen before you start to hear it on the right side.
What's your last name? And your first name? And your middle name? Good phone number to reach out. Okay. And is this your address?
yes.
What's that address?
1122 King Road.
Is your driver's license right?
Yes.
Okay. How much have you seen?
No, I don't really know. I just saw my friend when I called because we were so scared. Like, can you please help us? And that's all I saw. That man right there. That helped so you.
There's a big guy in there.
Yeah, and that's when he told us he was called the bus.
Do you mind just waiting over there for me, please? Okay. When... Now, I heard you talking about last night.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, the more we know right now, the better.
There's 2 different conversations.
Somebody will probably...
There's 2 different conversations. And actually, I found Officer Warner's. I think I'm going to try this. So Officer Warner's starts at 11:58:52. Nunez starts at 11:58:18. So I got to move 11:58:18. So what's 52 minus 18? Oh, all right, 52 minus 18 is 34 seconds. So I need to start this video. So I need to start Nunez at 34. And I need to start, and what is so Snyder's starts at, see, Snyder starts so much later at 12:10. So why don't we actually just sync up Werner and Nunez? Let's sync up Werner and Nunez. That'll be better because those start right at the, like, those are way closer. Does that make sense, guys? Uh-oh. I'll get it back up. 1 second. I think that'll be a better visual. And then when we get to 12:10, we can add in. Okay, so these are both starting at 11:58 and 52 seconds. 11:58:52 is the start time on Officer Werner and Officer Nunez. Just so everybody's aware. And what I'll do is I will move myself over here. Unfortunately, that freaking the sound button, it doesn't actually matter where I put myself. Yeah, thank you, Abe's. I appreciate that. Happy to do it. Absolutely happy to. Where's that layout? There we go. All right, here we go, everybody.
I'm trying to contact the 2013 at 10:50. 3170, what was the second unit going out?
This will actually be super interesting.
40. Multiple people on the phone is anything you have to really on scene is passed out, not waking up. What do you think? Hot drunk also needs to stay from thinking about him filming in the room with them. Trying to get for that. Come on, because I want to be around. When I thought they were not 20-year-old, unconscious, trying to get further.
It's actually so cool.
Captain 130 now.
Where's she at? Yep. Where's she at? Where's she at?
Yes.
Yeah, guys, I started it at the exact same time, and they sound off. Sherlock, I hope you're hearing. Yeah, okay. So what was it was 7 minutes 26 seconds, and how many milliseconds for the delta, but wasn't there a different delta that you found of a couple seconds, or was it just not having the hour attached to it? I can't remember. I'm just curious.
Where at? Up here? Up here.
And I checked to see if she was real, and she's... And I didn't check them yet, but...
I'm 13. Okay, get back.
I don't know if they're still in here now. Really just in here. I grabbed the knife. They're like...
1370.
Did he say, I don't know if they're still in here or not? Is that what he said? I don't know if they're still in here or not.
Where's she at? Yep. Where's she at? Where's she at?
Yes.
Where at? Up here?
Up here, up here. You got it all checking here. And I checked to see if she was real, and she's... And I didn't check them yet, but...
I'm 13.
Dude. I think Hunter's talking about a female perp. I think Hunter's talking about a freaking female perp. The way that he was saying, I checked to see if she was still breathing. Dude, I don't think Hunter would say that about one of their roommates. I bet he's able to do that because he doesn't know them. That's what it is. He doesn't know them. That explains his body language. The girls probably said, guys, there's people that are upstairs. We don't know who they are. That's why he went and got the knife, because he's like, oh shit. That's why he went in there and he did all that, because if it's not Xana, like, he would have known that, right? That is somebody that is not living in that house that he's talking about. And it's a female. He is saying that I checked to see if she was still breathing. I didn't know if they were still in here. So I got a knife. Dude, that is not about any of the girls. That's why I think Hunter was called over, is because there was people that the girls didn't know inside.
Okay, get back.
I don't know if they're still in here now. Really just in here. I grabbed the knife. They're like...
1370. Okay, stay back there, please. Fuck. Okay. Let's slow down. Just come here. There's two. Looks like fatalities.
I mean, look at what's on the screen right now. Wow. This is so transparent, isn't it? It's so transparent.
Dude.
What's he got there?
He said, what's he got there? Did you guys hear that? He said, what's he got there?
Make sure.
Yeah, they're...
Did you find them?
Yeah, the roommates called me this morning to check. Alright. They saw someone this morning last night. They wanted to have a news house. I actually called them and I opened the door and I saw them.
go ahead and step down.
Okay.
Is there anything else upstairs? Or in the...
Nobody's allowed to leave for now.
Don't touch it.
I grabbed that knife
okay.
and
Just stay here for me, please.
when I went in there, I didn't know if there was something in there.
Okay.
Grab it, make sure.
Is that your ID with you?
I'll tell you my name.
Okay. Stay right here. Nobody else inside?
Is there anyone else inside?
Do you know the...
One second.
Okay. Here. Can you guys go over to the dumpster for me, please?
We'll have to go outside. Let's go. House isn't clear yet. People might still be inside.
Okay, let's clear it.
Just wild that they go, people might still be inside. Okay, let's clear it. Are you... again, I'm not shitting on cops. I'm obviously not in law enforcement. I'm not in military. I have the utmost respect for them. So I'm not saying anything else. It's just, I put myself in like even just my own personal everyday life. I would be like, nobody go in the house until we figure out if these people are still in there.
We're going to be cleaning the house. Thanks for 100%.
Who's over here?
Welcome. Welcome.
I'll just start down here. Police department. Police department.
Police department. Police department. Moscow Police Department, if you're in here, announce yourself. Moscow Police Department, if you're in here, announce yourself. Moscow Police Department. Moscow Police Department. They're here.
Clear here. Going up there. Police department.
We're on third floor, going up.
Police department.
We're on third floor, going up. Moscow Police Department. Moscow Police Department. Dude.
We're clear.
Through the outside.
Through the outside first. So. There's a back entry. I was going to start taping it all. There's a back entry. I was going to start taping it all off.
Brian's taping the outside off.
Okay.
Where's the other?
There's two right here.
Hey, Bub. Hey, puppy. Okay. Going down. That thing doesn't hang off.
I already got it. I got the man.
Halfway turned around. All the people that were here right out front here. Gotcha. What's that? I need your ID. Or yeah, just your info. I can grab your information. Okay. Do you know how many people live here? Or is that their place?
This is their place.
Okay. What's your name?
Check with Prince.
Middle inner. Birthday. What's your local address? Did they call you over here?
Yeah, they called me over here this morning, like 15 minutes ago.
And your phone number. Last 36, one more touch. Classic. Personal. Nine. Yes,
There's nothing else up
License
there.
at Hive,
You want me to go back there and start IDing people?
Hey, from.
Okay, I'm gonna start IDing all them.
Who do you know that lives here?
The girl in the middle with the green pants and the blonde girl behind her, they live here. And then
Those
the
other
girl,
girls, just girls, or
yeah, the girl in the blue shirt and the girl in the orange shirt live with me over there. And then the guy in the gray sweatshirt just lives on campus.
Okay.
And then those two girls live here, and then that girl in her room is there, and there should be two more girls. I don't know what was going on out there, but there's two more girls, and then one lives right there as well.
Okay. One lives here. I don't know. I haven't seen him leave here. There's a locked door back here. What do you know what that leads to?
Which door? I don't know.
It's like a key access or a code access.
I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
No, you're good.
Hang in there, brother. Okay.
Oh, yeah. We cleared it, yeah.
So did they just send the EMTs home right there on the left side? Is that what we just watched? It kind of sounded like that. Like, yep, take care, brother. Or something like that. The dude in the yellow jacket. Sherlock says, yeah, the locked door is the portal door. Idaho's a portal to hell.
Do anything. Last night at 4 in the main room. Pretty much they were in the main room. I heard the dancing and laughing. Kaylee went upstairs and she screamed and someone was in the room and she ran downstairs. And I kept calling her name and she wouldn't answer. And then I saw the guy. I actually locked the door and I ran downstairs. But we don't know what's going on.
Can you come here with me, please?
Okay, that was actually pretty close. That was actually synced up really close. Like, we have this pretty dialed in with the phone alarm. So that's interesting. Way different than the other body cam that we had, which would have been Snyder.
I really got here and I saw that.
What time did they call you? Do you have your phone?
I didn't call me, they called my girlfriend, but it was probably like 20 minutes.
Break fire 3170. Could you guys grab some blankets for all
Yeah,
these
she's
people out here?
Oh, okay.
She got a call from her.
Nope.
And
Just come over here with me, please.
Okay. And then I got here first. And I went upstairs and saw
Just give me 1 second, please. Can I get your name and information?
because I didn't know if they were still in here or not.
Just 1 second. We'll get you a blanket and stuff, all right?
And I in the kitchen.
Just on the ground. Yeah. Okay, and you didn't know anything else was in there?
No, I only saw her, and I went and I grabbed a knife and came back in there, made sure there wasn't anyone in there, and then
Thanks, guys. Yeah, that'd be good for now, and then maybe the big white blankets whenever you move on. Actually, you guys should probably just hang on to these whenever. Is that ambulance on square?
no, they got it.
Okay. Who would like a blanket right now? It's temporary. Would anybody like one for your feet to stand on? Okay.
He's going to get a photo of you.
Thanks, man.
So I can tie the face to the name.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, if that ambulance shows up, that'd be great too. Grab some blankets.
Keep your hands out. Just
Yeah, 1 second, man. Let me just grab all your guys' info.
Keep some front and back of your heads. Palm. Other side. What year are you?
They're warmer. Okay. I know she was barefoot, so I was hoping to get something for her, but
Your girlfriend.
thank you very much.
And she was on that received the call from those people over here.
Yes.
I'm going to step over here. I need to keep an eye on this door. You know what the place does. So we get the questions on all the
Okay, what's your last name? And your first name? And your middle name? Good phone number to reach out. Okay, and is this your address?
Yes.
What's that address?
1122 King Road.
Is your driver's license right?
Yes.
Okay. How much have you seen in there?
No, I don't really know. I just saw my friend when I called because we were so scared. Like, can you please come help us? And that's all I saw. What was not going. That man right there. That helped show you around.
They did go in there.
Yeah, and that's when he told us we need to call.
Did I miss anything, Hive? I was also starting to sweat my ass off in here. That hoodie.
Do you mind just waiting over there for me, please? Okay. Now I heard you talking about last night.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, the more we know right now, the better. We can start this process.
Yeah.
Somebody will probably be revisiting
That's
this
fine.
interview with you
Yeah.
very soon. Again. Okay. So you're probably gonna have to retell the story quite a
That's
bit.
fine.
All right. What do you remember seeing? What started?
I remember I was in my room and I was trying to go to bed and I heard Kaylee, who ex-girlfriend who has a dog Murphy.
Real fast.
You can go over there and stand by them.
Kaylee.
Which one is your room?
Oh,
What room are you in? You were in that room?
My room, not Xana's room. My room.
And your
It's
room
next
is this one right here?
next to the stairs. That one is Xana's room.
Second floor room.
Second floor.
Okay.
All I heard was I heard her go upstairs. Like, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep now because she's going upstairs.
You
Also,
heard who go upstairs?
Kaylee and the dog Murphy.
And upstairs to the very top?
Yeah, that's where her room is.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden I heard her walking up, I heard her scream, and she ran downstairs because she saw someone. That's what I'm pretty sure she said. Someone's here, and she screamed and just ran downstairs. And I called for her name, but I jumped up and locked my door because I was so scared. And then I heard someone in the bathroom, and I heard her crying, and I heard some guy say that you're gonna be okay, I'm gonna help you. And I kept calling her name, but she wasn't answering. And then I opened the door for a second, and I saw this guy, and he was not insanely tall, but he was wearing all black and like this mask that was just covering his forehead and his mouth. And I locked the door, and I called, and I didn't know what to do.
This was at 4
4
this
a.m.
morning?
Yes.
Okay.
And so then I just ran down to
You left here?
Yeah, I left my room down to she's that one with the white blinds at the very bottom.
Okay.
I ran down there and we talked, and we just locked the door. We didn't think anything of it. We're like, nothing happens in Moscow, so we just like tried to go to bed. And then we woke up, and it was weird because none of our roommates were.
Nothing happens in Moscow. That needs to be on their sign. When you drive, when your first day at the University of Idaho, you get a cheap, shitty T-shirt. Like when you go to an NBA game and it's like a whiteout or it's a certain color, and they have these shirts hanging over your seats. That's what every new student should get. when they go to that orientation is nothing happens in Moscow. That's right. I mean, geez, what a joke. It's like a marketing slogan for believing the narrative right from the jump.
And we called all of them. They were not waking up. And so me and like, this is weird. So I called and come over, and then that's when all this happened.
Who all believe going in?
Yeah.
Me.
So.
That one right there.
Yeah.
Who's saying?
Santa is the girl in there.
This is the girl that. Yes. This one.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you spell her name?
Okay. Shut up. Does it really? Is that really another Vampire Diaries thing, Dana? Holy hell. That's a top dog comment. I mean, that's crazy. I need to brush up on my Vampire Diaries, clearly.
Xana.
That he got.
Do you know if she has a
We
middle
called
name?
about 20 minutes ago.
Alexis, I think.
Do you know what her last name is?
Kernodal. K. I don't know how to spell it really. K. You know?
K-A-E-R.
So
K-E-R.
N-O.
N-O. D-L-E? Okay.
Your phone table. And check the room.
X-A-N-A. Okay.
Ethan lives in there. He doesn't actually live here, but he's here all the time.
There's a male that lives here, and you.
He doesn't actually live
I think those other females are here. There's two other females that
but he
live
doesn't.
here
He
that
doesn't
were
live
already
with
here
a lot.
before he came.
And then there's
I don't know
Maddie,
which ones he.
Mogan, and Keely up top.
But those girls.
I don't know where they're at though.
There's the two girls.
Maddie.
Mogan. Maddie Mogan and
Maddie
Keely-
Mogan.
Yeah.
And who?
Kaylee Gonzalez. She's the girl that I was talking about. Kaylee, who I just go upstairs and run that back downstairs.
And the guy that lives here, his name was what? Or he's usually
Ethan.
Ethan. And you knew he was here this morning?
No, I didn't know. I had no idea he was here.
We announced several times, haven't heard anything.
All right, describe the guy that you saw.
Hopefully, I think one of those
I
girls
don't
might
think
know
he
the
was.
key
He
access.
was a little bit taller
Or
than
might know
me.
the code access.
And I couldn't really see much of him, but I'm almost positive he was wearing a full black outfit, and he had this mask that was just over his forehead and over his mouth, and he didn't say anything to me, like at all. I just shut the door and locked it because I didn't know what to do. And I think he went out like the side door, the sliding door in the kitchen that goes out to the backyard.
Okay.
And then I didn't know anything else.
Jeff says, Birdie, you should pan the audio for the video on the left to the speaker, and the video on the right will be easier to hear them simultaneously. So what does that mean? Sorry. I'm trying to figure out, because if that's easier to hear. So are you saying I can, with the setting on this view sync, I can put one audio on the speaker and one can be, let me know if there's it like step by step.
I called, I was like, I just need to come downstairs and find you because I don't know where anyone else is. And I called Maddie, I called Dana, I called Kaylee, no one would answer.
Okay. All right. For Zena, do you know how old she is?
She's 20.
Is she in a sorority house?
Yeah, not anymore.
She's a student at UVI?
Yes.
Do you have any contact information for her parents?
No,
I got pictures of where the cars were. You guys haven't run anything yet?
And then Ethan. E-E-T-H-A-N.
And Chapin, C-H-A-P-I-N.
Hey, real fast. She's saying there's one on her own floor. There's a guy, black mask, was in there. She didn't recognize him. When she heard girls screaming upstairs, she got scared, locked herself in the room, and then the screaming all stopped. She's pretty sure that this masked person went out that back. Okay. And right now I'm getting all victim information. She knows the two girls that are up there. I haven't told her who's deceased or anything like that. They have 4 people that are unaccounted for right now, which... Whose dog? Who owns the dog?
Haley's. The one in the truck.
Okay.
Tyson's on his way, and
Since she knows a bunch of the people who are living here, I'm getting all their names, and then I'll finish collecting all their information. Okay. How old is Ethan?
I apologize. There's a door downstairs next to the bathroom.
Schneider, you didn't go inside at all, did you?
A lock on it. You guys...
Okay.
We don't know.
Okay.
Okay. Who has access to that room? Okay. So it's not something you guys normally...
No, we have no idea what it is.
So Ethan, how old is Ethan?
I believe he just turned 20.
20. And it's Chapin.
Holy shit. Is this where they're saying, somebody just said that, this is where they're saying the cars aren't there and that's why they have it blurred on the right side? So they must have meant Werner's body cam, not Snyder's. I guess Snyder's. Now, this is at what time? This is at, let me try to find this because I can pull it up. So hang on. When is this at where they have it blurred? And that's Werner's. Okay, so this is at 12:29:04 on Warner's body cam. If I go to that timestamp on Snyder's, okay, hang on. You guys heard him just talk to Snyder, right? Everybody heard that? This is the timestamp of where Officer Snyder is at that time. We just heard him say, Officer Snyder, have you been inside?
I got pictures of where the cars were. I just haven't run anything yet.
E-T-H-A-N?
He said, I have pictures of where the cars were. But that's weird. So wait, that is so weird. I have pictures of where the cars were. So that sounds like they left them. Officer Snyder is Officer Snyder is inside, yet they're talking to him in this video and saying where the cars were. The cars are still on the left side. Hold on. We have three different things going on. Unless he meant the cars in the other area, that could be it. I'm assuming he's talking about the red Jeep. So thank you for checking me on that, cheek bait. That's true.
And Chapin, Chapin.
She's saying there's one around 4. There's a guy, black mask, was in there. She didn't recognize him. When she heard girls screaming upstairs, she got scared, locked herself in the room, and then the screaming all stopped. She's pretty sure that this masked person went out that back. And right now I'm getting all the information. She knows the other 2 girls are up there. I haven't told her who's deceased or anything like that. They have 4 people that are unaccounted for right now, which... Whose dog? Who owns the dog?
The one in the truck.
Okay.
Tyson's on his way, and
Since she knows a bunch of the people who are living here, I'm getting all their names, and then I'll finish collecting all their information. Okay.
All right, so I'm going to do this. Start at 20 minutes for this. I'm going to add in Snyder. on the other one. So these are all going to start at 20 minutes into their body cam. They should all be there by now. Wait. Can I not do 3 videos? Oh, there we go. Look at this. And I'll move myself down here.
Oh, I just shut the door and locked it because I didn't know what to do. And I think he went out like the side door, the sliding door in the kitchen that goes out to the backyard.
Okay.
And then I didn't know anything else. I called and I was like, I just need to come downstairs and find you because I don't know where anyone else is. And I called
I got
Maddie,
pictures of where the cars
Dana,
were. I just haven't run anything yet.
Okay. All right. Regina, do you know how old she is?
She's 20.
Is she in
Not anymore.
She's doing it,
Yes.
Okay. Coming. Do you have any contact information for her parents?
No.
It's okay. Well,
Okay.
we can
I just know
get
her
that
name.
eventually.
Her dad's name.
And then Ethan. E-T-H-A-N.
And Chapin, C-H-A-P-I-N.
I mean, this is super interesting that, you know, we're able to do that. I'm just trying to grab a screen grab of this real quick. 1 second, Hive.
There's a guy in a black mask. Was in there. She didn't recognize him. She was upstairs. She got scared. Locked herself in the room. And then the screaming all stopped.
I'm going to grab him a measuring tape.
Masked person.
And I'm going to re-tape this off.
And right now, we're going over to she knows where those girls are right there. I haven't told her yet. They're just uncomfortable.
Now,
Who's
you
dog?
go inside it all, did you?
Who owns the dog?
Okay. Okay.
I mean, how is he talking to Snyder from over here? Unless he's on the headset. Like, damn, now I kind of feel a little bit stupid. He probably had the headset. If they have their radios, that's probably what it might have been. Damn. That's my bad. That makes a lot of sense. I don't want to try to put anything out there that's like all hype. And then it's like, there's a very obvious answer that could have been through a headset. Clearly he's not by them. But this is interesting. I mean, there's a lot going on with zero plan. So just so you guys know, we are within 15 seconds on all 3 of these approximately.
Okay. So she knows a bunch of the people who are living here. I'm getting all for their names, and then I'll finish collecting all their information. Okay. How old is Ethan?
There's a door downstairs next to the bathroom that's got a padlock on or a lock on it.
We don't know.
Okay. Who has access to that room?
Okay. So it's not something you guys know.
No, we have no idea what it is.
You don't know who's who's yet.
So Ethan, how old is he?
I believe he just turned 20.
And it's Chapin, C-H-A-P-I-N? Okay. Do you happen to know either of their date of birth?
No, I know those.
The guy?
The date of birth.
Okay. No worries. And Ethan's also you, I assume?
Yes.
And you don't see him here right now? You see, but pretty sure he's in that room.
I think so. I think it's I don't know for sure.
Alright, and then the two additional roommates that aren't here right now, that aren't here with you, what are their names?
Maddie Mogan, M-A-D-D-I-E-M-O-G-E-N. And then Kaylee, K-A-Y-L-E-E. Goncalves, G-O-N-C-L-A-V-E-S.
Information. One room that's locked is not covered. I don't know if it's closet or what.
Or
But it's the back half of this one
or the
on the
ghost
first
of the
floor.
one, I don't know.
I think so. How old is Kaylee?
Over 21, I believe she's 22. Sorry, I'm not remember.
It's okay. You're doing great.
Yeah, this being blurred out is kind of
a lot of you. So I appreciate you. You're doing very well.
Right down here? Yeah.
Do you
So I'm trying to stay on the rocks.
Right now, what
I
we gotta
walked
do is
up
we gotta
it a
cross
little
the
ways.
whole thing. I don't know what I'd be permitted to do right now. Okay, let's go back. I just want to make sure we're getting everything. So you're sure at about 4 this morning?
Doesn't look like there's any fresh ones in this
First
snow,
noticed
so.
the guy.
Well, I first noticed Kaylee go upstairs and scream when I'm downstairs.
So 4 this morning, went upstairs.
Yeah.
To the way top.
Yes, with Murphy the dog.
Okay.
And then
you heard Kaylee scream?
I heard her scream and run as fast as she could downstairs. And she said someone's here.
She ran downstairs?
Yes, I can hear. You can hear everything. Pretty much. I heard her run downstairs really fast. And then I heard Murphy barking a lot.
Okay.
And then I heard her going to the bathroom.
There's a boob print right here.
And I remember her sobbing. And I just remember hearing this guy's
Where
voice
I'm
I
at.
didn't recognize saying, "You're gonna be okay." I'm gonna help you.
He's like laughing about it. He's like, yeah, right where I'm at. I probably just stepped in evidence. LOL.
But it wasn't like, I don't know how to explain it. Like it wasn't in like a nice way. It was like a weird way. Like a weird tone.
You're gonna be okay. I'm gonna help you.
Yeah.
And you didn't hear anything from Kaylee anymore?
No. After that,
I have that tape for you.
So then I
have that
kept
tape
calling
for
her
you.
name. I called on my phone. I called Xana, Maddie, and Kaylee, and none of them answered. So then I opened up the door to look, and that's when I saw the guy pass by, looked at me, but he didn't come towards me or say anything, which was really confusing to me. I don't understand that. And I'm pretty sure he went out the side door.
Okay.
And then I called
Yeah.
and said
I'm
she
gonna
thought
go
maybe
try
it
to
was
see if
fire
everywhere
or
I
like
can
a
find these
firework.
cars in here.
We didn't know. We said she heard this loud noise and there was a light, I guess.
Did you hear like a pop, like a bang?
I don't know.
There's
Did
a
you hear a
footprint
thing?
that comes down
It's what
right
you
where I
heard.
tied it.
Okay.
We don't want to walk up in the
Okay,
snow.
never mind. Just sit there.
You guys, look over here. I don't see him anymore. Do you guys? That person was right. The cars are gone. Are you guys seeing that? Right? That's crazy. You don't see anything. Yeah, not a single question about the ladder either. I don't see it. Holy hell. It's magic.
Kind of,
I didn't hear that.
it comes right here, right where that rock right there. It angles down that way. I didn't get a picture of it. Yeah.
Hey, where are you going right now?
Well, I'm just going to pick up my phone.
Okay. Where's your friend live?
No.
Well, once the detectives gets here, we'll,
To the left, please.
yeah, I can,
Start doing more to help.
well, we'll start doing, yeah, do
See if everybody recognizes these vehicles.
67. Okay.
I don't think I ever heard a bang. I didn't think anything about fire.
Do you guys recognize all these vehicles in here?
I didn't think I heard anything about
Something
that.
CC in the car.
What about any of these ones?
I was tired.
Blue one? Anything
And
else?
I told her, I need to come to your room.
A black
because
truck?
She was the only one that was picturing me, so I just ran down there.
Right.
And for a second I
So
stopped
you
and
recognize
I
these
saw
first two, though?
Dana passed out, and I thought maybe she was just sleeping or something. I didn't think anything was like.
Okay, this might just be me. Would you guys refer to a Ford Explorer as a truck? I've always thought that's a little bit weird. And this black truck, like, I don't think an SUV, I would never describe a Ford Explorer as a truck. Or like a Lincoln Aviator as a truck, or Navigator as a truck, or a Tahoe as a truck. I would describe it as an SUV. That's a truck? When I think of a truck, when I think of a black truck, I think of a black pickup truck. Exactly. That's a great question, Aaron. I'm not saying that some people don't refer to them as a truck, but I just feel like in this instance, I don't know. That's just my opinion. I just curious.
Out of it, and we woke up this morning, no one was waking up at all, like no one was answering, which was really weird, because all of us wake up around like 9 or 10, and then I called Uber to come check, and he came here first, and I told him what happened, and then I looked in the room, and he needed to get out, and called the cops.
Okay. The guy that you saw, it was dark, right? Or were there lights on in the house?
I think there were lights on in the house. I don't really know what he looked like because he had a mask, but he wasn't like super tall.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'10". I think it was maybe my height inch or two higher or lower. I can't really remember.
So about 6 foot.
I think so. Down there.
How was he built? Fat, skinny, stocky?
More like skinny, but like basketball player kind of skinny. Like not too skinny, but like almost a bit skinny in a way. That's what I think. I don't know for sure.
And then the voice, he said, when he said those words, you didn't recognize that voice before.
I didn't recognize him or his voice, and then I also couldn't see him, but I didn't recognize that voice at all. Didn't even cross my mind as to that could be.
I'm just going to start
Did you guys have
cars I'm looking at too?
Not tonight, but there was. And we had the
Don't want to start
thing
here.
Okay.
Yeah, tell me if Brian Koberger looks like he has a basketball build. Again, Frankenstein's awkward nephew shuffling into Costco. He can't even get into Costco and finesse his way without his card. He goes and just meanders around for however long. Like I've said, he's not stabbing 4 Capri Suns without spilling a drop of juice, yet alone stabbing 4 people and being described as an athletic, skinny basketball type. No. You see, Brian Koberger, even from the time that you guys got to understand, Brian Koberger at that Costco footage where we see him in the store, dude, he looks way different in his sentencing and his plea and skinny. And he's like railed up compared to when he was in that Costco video, dude. He was a little bit bigger. He was. BK is not, like I said, BK he's the guy that you go put into the basketball game to go take a charge. Just go set picks and rebound really hard, BK. You got 5 fouls. Go and use them.
Is there anything that popped out about that that was concerning?
No, I mean, I went there. I was there for a little bit, and then I went to my friend's house, got to sleep, and then I came back home with my friend. Everything was fine, nothing weird at all. Nothing suspicious until 4 a.m.
Okay. All right. don't think I have any more questions for you right now.
Okay, if you do,
Somebody else will.
okay, sounds good.
So let's grab that. Let's go back over there.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't get too close.
All right, who else lives here? Can I get your last name, please?
No, nobody knows anything.
Okay.
Did one say they saw someone?
It's his brother's walking up this way.
Okay, you mind hanging out here, please?
Hi.
Nobody mentions the DoorDash driver, everybody, because if they don't have the DoorDash driver, do you realize what that does to the narrative and the timeline surrounding it? It eviscerates it. You have to have the DoorDash driver on there as a bookend. Okay? If you were to go back to the beginning and not know anything about this case, you just take out Molly and the DoorDash. How much different does this timeline and how many different directions can it go? Where is the missing digital footprints of these victims? They can get Brian Koberger all over the place, right? Even though they'll say at the post-sentencing press conference that, well, yes, his phone did ping off one of these 2 towers in the entire area. It's a very residential heavy, and there would be numerous people bouncing off that. And we can't put Brian in the house, and we don't have a connection to the victim. Okay, well then where are the victims' phones? Are the victims' phones pinging off the tower? Can you put them somewhere? Why are we not talking about that? They don't want to solve this case because they know what happened, because what happened is not what we are being told. I am almost fully convinced that there are people inside that house right now during this body cam footage that are not the roommates. There might be roommates amongst them, but there are people that are not of the 4 that they've told us it is. Hence why we don't see pictures of the bodies coming out. Hence why they tarp it. Hence why everything's sealed and redacted. Hence why they don't mention the DoorDash driver. I believe that Molly could have been offered a sweetheart deal or something with her charges to say that she was there. Who knows why? It would make sense. I applaud them. Yeah, they went from this beginning and figured it out. Well, would they even have gotten there without the quote IGG tip? I mean that not being a douchebag asking that, Jeff, even though you're kind of a douchebag in other chats about the Hive. Respectfully, still not over that. But I appreciate the comment and the question you have there. I don't know if they would have ever gotten this far without the IGG tip and apparently Molly DoorDashing, which nobody talks about in any of the interviews. Yeah, it's not salvageable. They don't mention the car sound, specifically running. Yes, we did, but it's like, man, I don't know. That whole thing just seems weird. We haven't seen the sheath. You know what I'm saying? It's just very odd. Pretty much what you said, Jeff, is that everybody in the Hive is so stupid that we don't even know how to theorize properly or something. I don't know. I looked at it for about a half a second and I just really, honestly, I saw your name and I'm like, wow. Jeff might actually be a snake. People in the comments say it. I don't want to believe it, but a lot of people are saying it. I want to give you the benefit of the doubt, Jeff. I mean, you've brought some good comments with the footage, but I don't really appreciate that. And I have to do this again. It's not cool, bro. Not cool. It was. It was. But you know what we do in here, Jeff. You should know better, right? You know that we're just thinking out loud. And that's all I have to say about that.
You said, okay. Can you spell that for me? Do you have a middle name? What's your date of birth? What's a good phone number to reach? Yeah. Okay. Your driver's license.
There was a guy that had a teal sweatshirt that was like walking out. I don't know. Okay, so that's interesting. Yeah, that's wild. Having him synced up, I actually feel like you hear more. Does anybody else feel the way? I know it's kind of hard to know which it's coming from, but I feel like I'm actually hearing more.
Through what state? What state is your driver's license through? Do you have a room that's assigned to you here? When you going?
No one else.
Were you here last night? Okay. Is it okay if you walk over to my car with me and we can walk over there? I'll tell you the same thing I told her. She was probably going to be talking to a lot of people, retelling the same story. So,
oh my God. I can't. Am I still allowed to go home soon? I can't. Okay. Hey guys, real quick. I'm going to go grab some water. I'm not going anywhere for long. I'll be back in like 30 seconds. Right now we have 352 likes and there's almost 700 people in here between X and that, like 352. I want to see this at 400 by the time I get back. All I ask is that you guys like it. Like I said, I love hanging out with you guys, but sometimes, and I hate being this guy. It's all I ask of you is just like this damn freaking live so it gets pushed in the algorithm, because sometimes we'll have like 1,800 people and only like 172 likes. Just press it. It's all I ask. Everything's free. Doesn't cost anything to hit subscribe or press the like button. It helps get it out there. Grow the Hive, and I will be right back.
I know the air I'm breathing, it's no good for my lungs. I do this every season, I hate when summer comes. I fall into a trap that I made by myself. Oh, and I always do the wrong thing. I'm unstable and I'm unsteady, I've lost a million times already, and I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down. I feel unable and so unworthy, my heart feels heavy, I've lost already, and I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. And I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. And I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. Self-destructive, I'll take a hit, I love it. Can you give me a second? I'm slow, got blurry vision. I fall into a trap that I made by myself. Oh, and I always do the wrong thing. I'm unstable and I'm unsteady, I've lost a million times already, and I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down. I feel unable and so unworthy, my heart feels heavy, I've lost already, and I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. Please help me see the things that I am, I don't understand. I'm doing the best that I can right now, but it's never enough. I'm not even ready to slow down. Just slow down.
All right, I'm back. Here we go. Throw a fresh fresh bellow in. We are good to go.
We can't hold you forever. Okay.
What's up, man?
So you're not me. Cross that bridge line.
My buddy said he saw you out there.
Detective.
Yeah,
will work
I
with
was
you
walking
guys.
to figure out what's going on.
Okay, you guys live
Get
here?
hold of you.
Yeah,
You guys
Okay.
okay.
Did you guys hear anything last night or this
What time
morning?
frame were you here?
We can't tell you what's going on right now.
Are you here the whole
But
time?
we're gonna have you guys you guys are all safe, okay? So we're gonna have you guys
How do they know they're all safe?
stay inside for right now. If you don't
What
mind.
time did you get
And
here
we'll
last
have somebody come back. That's okay.
Yeah.
And then I appreciate if you
Well, you did. I'm
leave
gonna
to let us
turn
know.
off the lights here. I'll get it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Do you mind if I take pictures right here? Is that okay? Cool. Okay. Appreciate it.
I forgot you're here, man.
Thank
Do
you.
you still want to hang out here? Yeah. I don't know how much I'm allowed to disclose right now. We're processing what's going on in the scene. As soon as we know for sure, we can tell you guys what's going on. We absolutely will. I know it sucks to be in the dark with this, but okay. And what's your relationship again? Yeah, man. As soon as I know we're able to fill you in on what's going on, we'll let you know. Okay. Like I said, you're welcome to get out at any point. If you want to hang out in here, you can because it's warm. If not, you want to hang out with him, you can hang out outside too. Okay. Tell you what, I'll just crack the door. I'll try to not lock it on the outside community. Yeah. Water. We can start. Yeah, we can see if somebody can bring some of that stuff by. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. Alright, so what time were you here last night? Today. 1:24 you got here?
Yeah,
What
I
was
can
going
tell you
on
that.
about 1:24?
So, yeah, if everybody could just stay inside. Do you guys hear anything, see anything? Late last night, anything like that? No?
Okay.
Anybody hurt inside your guys'
Watching
place?
Vampire Diaries.
Okay. No cut hands or anything like that? Everybody's fine?
That's just a weird comment. No cut hands or anything. Everybody's fine. What does that even mean? What does that mean? Why would you ask that? Are you asking to see their hands? Why would you be asking to see their hands? It does seem like this, doesn't it? BS Bourbon Channel. What is BS Bourbon? Are you a distiller?
Yeah, our roommate's actually one of the guys up there.
Okay.
He's our roommate.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're going to still talk with him for a little bit. Figure out what's going on, okay. What was his girlfriend? Kaylee. Okay, thank you. And which vehicle is his? This one right here. Thanks. Okay.
Oh, okay. All female.
Yes.
All right.
Is that
Bethany sounds like she got absolutely fucked up just the way that her voice sounds. She sounds like she is arguably like still hammered. I feel like I can, this sounds weird. It's like the booze breath, you know, like when you have a freaking night or like if whoever your partner is, when you wake up in the morning and you just smell the booze in the air. That's what I feel like happened with that.
his current girlfriend?
Okay, so you guys watch the Vampire Diaries out in this the second level?
Yeah. Okay.
And then for how long?
Do you mind if I talk to you real quick for a second?
And then Maddie and Kayla came home from the club. And then we all hung out and Kayla said,
This is your address here?
So Maddie and Kaylee were at the club.
What's your first name?
You know how long they were there? Probably till closing at least.
I don't know, they went to drug truck afterwards.
think I interacted with you not too long ago. I remember that name. You're driving the phone. I have to call your dad.
Wait, what name did he just say that he remembers? I don't want to click it back because this bar down here is a little bit like it's touchy down here. What name did he just say? Somebody goes back. If somebody could go back and listen, that'd be great.
And then they came home at about what time?
I was the one parked over there, yeah. What's your date of birth? 2000.
It's okay. You're doing great.
And what's your phone number?
You did.
And then what unit are you in?
We're in a...
So they did get home at 2.
Okay.
How do you know that?
I just have a picture of Carrie's.
And what was your buddy's name that's up there right now? And how were you with him last night by chance?
We were at the bars, but then I went back to
Okay.
my girlfriend.
Then what happened next door?
Okay, and he came back. What bar were you guys at?
Murphy's dog.
You were with him all night?
I went outside.
We were at the corner club.
Okay.
He got off work and we went to the corner club.
And then
Came back here.
I was in
Okay.
my
And you
bed.
said they were dating?
Genuinely confused. Wait, hang on. Somewhere around here, Gunderson is in the background telling someone to, quote, drop the gun, say it now. What? Which body cam is that on? Jen. Wow. Yeah, maybe she drank more than normal to make herself pass out because she had a toothache. It's reasonable. I mean, kind of. Advil doesn't make you pass out. Something else must have. Right? You think he separated who was convenient and that he was the ex? Yeah, please tell or try to find the time and tell us. Snorting some good old Advil. Yeah, it's hard to keep track of all the discrepancies, honestly. I've tried. I know a lot of people have tried. As a reminder, the Hive has a new sponsor. It's called 8 Hour Snooze. Don't just rest, hibernate through a quadruple murder. Brand new arrival. It's available now. It's free shipping. Dylan has recently come into a lot of money via GoFundMe where she can afford the free shipping. So get it while supplies last. And very appreciative to Dylan. I'm not sure what's in this 8 Hour Snooze as there's no ingredients on it. Can't seem to find any record of it. It's all redacted. It's sealed. We might have to file a FOIA request with the FDA and the courts to try and get this information. However, again, very grateful for the sponsor to the Hive. It is raspberry flavored. Yes, we have raspberry, we have peach, we have lemon. There's a higher dose that's a 24-hour snooze. However, that one you need the rolled up dollar bill that is an additional purchase. So more to come on that. But yeah, right now, 8 Hour Snooze is available. Just wanted to remind everybody of that.
They were for a long time.
How's your relationship been?
Good.
Been fine to get along?
What time do you think you'll see?
Still hanging out with the home.
Any arguments or anything lately between them that you know about?
No.
Nothing that you've seen? Has anything ever been physical between them? Any verbal arguments that you've noticed?
None that I've seen.
Okay.
Nothing
What time
about
do you
talking
did you,
about it or
did
anything
you wake
like
up at
that?
all?
So Holly says we shouldn't joke about this, in my opinion. I agree. We're not joking. Okay, I didn't make that, but also at the same time, Holly, it's a joke already. So sometimes you have to meet it head on with as ridiculous of comedy as you do what we are watching, is my opinion. And I mean that respectfully. Obviously, I know, I get your point. I hope everybody knows I'm not joking around about this. I mean, that's serious. Like, there is a sponsor for that would be hilarious. There's no sponsor, but it would be hilarious. That could be a sponsor in real life. I mean, what else would you call it? For God's sakes, it makes no sense. I don't even think that it's the roommate's fault or anybody in that house's fault. This is nothing but the media's fault. This is nothing but the law enforcement's fault. You know what I mean? So it's like, it is what it is. I thought it was hilarious. I think it still is hilarious. Because I could tell you that nobody sleeps through a quadruple homicide when they live in a college house and they're apparently asleep, yet they're awake the entire time. I agree, Tiger Eye. Miss Jess says NPC. Holly's nice. Take it easy on Holly. She's great. See, like now, Jeff, see, I might actually have to say, wow, Jeff, is that supposed to be some kind of sick joke that Ethan slept through the homicides? He was last, right? Is that what you're saying? Because again, I don't know how his girlfriend, who's in the room, in the bathroom crying, could be fighting them off, and Ethan just seems to be passed out. Guys, can we keep it in the front of our minds? We are talking about being stabbed to death over 50 times with a K-bar fucking knife. You're right. We're not joking around. This is serious. I'm sorry. I don't care how drunk you are. I don't care how drunk you are. I don't care how messed up you are. Unless you are on literally death's doorstep, needing your stomach pumped, you're combining drugs with alcohol. If your significant other in the same little ass room with those paper thin walls, you're not staying asleep. If she is fighting for her life. And God, it's just insane. Thank you, Beth. I appreciate that. It ain't going to be quiet is right. It's unbelievable.
I heard something like loud.
Okay.
And maybe like
Okay, thanks. Can I talk to you for a second over here?
And then I thought I saw like a firecracker. I thought someone maybe was just drunk and put a firecracker.
What's your name, man?
But I wasn't even really sure because I was kind of still asleep, so I wasn't sure if it was like real.
Do you mind if I see your hands real quick? Okay, first.
So, I'm sorry, I was listening to a couple things at a time. Loud,
And
thought you saw a firecracker.
phone number for you?
A quick flash.
Yeah, through like my door, but I was like still half asleep, so I don't know if it was like.
This is again why I could never be a reporter. I don't think I could ever be a cop. Not because I doubt my ability to do so. I don't doubt my character or anything when it comes to being truthful. It's that if I would have heard somebody say, oh, so you heard a firecracker and you saw a flash and I was just inside, I would say, well, there's 4 people inside. Was it a gunshot? Did you hear a gunshot, Miss Funk? Is that what you heard? I wouldn't just go along with a firecracker. And people are going to say, well, no, it's strategic. No, it's not strategic because they continue to let it go. It's still in the documents that are written how long later, too. I'm not going to be gaslit about this case anymore. I don't give a shit if people get mad about us questioning it. You guys, if it can happen at the highest levels of the media and where they're putting it in your face with multi-million-dollar productions, imagine what would happen to you. I do not understand the families aspect and how they're not questioning this. The other thing is that we need to understand that if the families aren't questioning this, and for example, Othram making Mrs. Chapin, which again, I've said this has nothing to do with Mrs. Chapin. Othram did a classic PR rollout of making the mother of a victim the face of their company at CrimeCon, because now if you question Othram, you are questioning grief. You're victim shaming, you're victim blaming, because if you question how they got that DNA, if you question any of their methods with IgG, shame on you. Shame on you. How dare you? This solved a murder. No. See, we're not that stupid, Othram. To the middlemans, we're on to you. You guys are conniving rats that are going to use the IgG post-conviction to absolutely F over anybody that Palantir and their gangsters want to. Okay? Because my thoughts on this are exactly what pisses people off. Stop being emotionally triggered about the bigger picture. These families are not the first to go through grief or trauma. For God's sakes, they're not children either. Put yourself in an honest victim's shoes right now. When I say honest victims, I mean that. If your daughter was killed in a house and the survivors waited 8 hours, are you going to rely on this shoddy ass police interrogation method? Are you kidding me? And to what Discord Dawn just said, yeah, if it's solved, then show it. This is the most obvious PSYOP hijacked narrative I've ever seen. Let's say that the crime happened exactly as they said it did. What is the need to hijack the narrative? Oh, wait, I know. It's that we believed the story. We never saw the evidence. It goes right back to the state telling us to trust the process, but the process looks like a circus running on NDAs and redactions. It's missing footage. There's a bunch of lost evidence. Okay. We've gotten us into this position ourselves because people don't fight through it. We are living in an era where evidence means whatever aligns with the official press release, and anything outside of that gets labeled a conspiracy theory. The courtroom is no longer a battleground of facts and debate. It is a theater of compliance. Okay, I'm going to say that again. The courtroom is not a battleground of facts anymore. It is a theater of compliance, because if you question the evidence that goes against the official press release, you are a conspiracy theorist. The chaos is designed to keep you disorientated enough to stop asking this one simple question. Who benefits from this? And you know what, Hive? It ain't the families. On the whole scope of things, yeah, maybe they might get some benefit to it. They might get something out of it. It's the companies like Othram. It's the companies like Palantir. It's the fact that the FBI has been lobbying $60 fucking million a year to be able to use IgG as evidence. And this case just made it happen. You have the right as an American citizen to understand how you are linked to a crime. I don't find it a coincidence that Brian Koberger's papers are exactly about what happened to him. 90 to 95% of cases don't even go to trial because you are overcharged and then scared and forced into a plea deal, threatened with the death penalty. Bill Thompson, do you guys know how many trials he went to in his career of 33 years? Why don't you guys take a guess? How many trials did Bill Thompson have in over 3 decades of being a prosecutor? Anybody know the answer? the prosecutors questioning the defense whenever they ask about procedure, that is controlled demolition of due process. Okay, I've heard he's either got so the number I've heard 3 and I've heard 1 in 33 years. 1 trial or 3 trials. The jury's out on that. Not even meant to be a pun. The funny thing is, how many times have they changed this narrative up? No matter how much new stuff we've seen that contradicts it. A big old 0. God forbid people like us dare to dig deeper. We get mocked, we get shadow banned, silenced. Okay, can I just remind everybody that that's not how the truth looks. That's not how truth behaves in the slightest. That's how secrets behave. That's how lies behave. The truth will surface. It always does. Literally, the truth will always come out. And it's not going to come from a courtroom, okay? That is long sailed in this case. They have dug their heels in. The truth will not come out in the courtroom for this case. It's not going to come from, some talking suit that's an anchor on some network. It's going to come from people like us who refuse to shut up about this. That's the real currency in justice. Justice's currency is people like ourselves who don't shut up about things that are clearly wrong. This, dude, do you guys realize with this case, this is not delayed justice, okay? This is not delayed justice. This is a freaking warning to everybody. This is a warning. And if we don't start demanding transparency now, the next case isn't even going to need a shitty cover story like this. They're just going to tell you this is the truth. And people are going to be so tired and find no hope in even trying to fight it that you're just going to be done. The system that they are building counts on exhaustion. And that's what we are watching. It is counting on exhaustion. Okay? I'm not going to get fucking tired of looking into this. I hope you guys aren't either. And I'm sorry for all the cussing. This shakes me to my core. I can't stand this. I can't stand the people that buy it. I can't stand the people that go along with it. I can't stand the people that mock us. I can't stand the people that are, posting videos on this. They want to say, oh, you guys are just doing this for clicks and rage bait. Give me a break. You simps, you little MSNPCs. Give me a break. You think I'm doing this for clicks? Are you shitting me? No. Do you know how easy it would be for me to do something for clicks? You want to tell me, you want to know how you can get clicks on social media? You could put together a theory of exactly how Brian Koberger did it. That's a bunch of freaking lies and people won't question it. That's how you get clicks. I could read the court documents because people are too lazy to read the court documents themselves, and I could get more clicks than thinking. Yeah, go LARP. Go LARP. Go frolic into the freaking fairy tale land that you think that we live in, because when it happens to you, you're going to say to yourself, why didn't anybody say something before this? Why didn't anybody say something? No, well, we did say something, except you mocked us, you ridiculed us, and at this point, silence is no longer just silence. You are complicit because you're a pussy. At the end of the day, you have no spine, you have no backbone, you don't believe in anything, and you're just going to go along with what's cool because it's comfortable and it's easy and it makes you trendy and it's what the social norm is. And then guess what? You're going to be the one that's facing life in prison because you got forced into a plea deal after some dirty ass cop framed your ass. And you're going to say, how does this happen? This is so unjust. And you're going to be looking for all the buzzword reasons as to why this happened to you outside of the freaking reality of the matter, which is that you didn't say shit on a big level. And we all put up with it for way too long. It's annoying. It's frustrating. It's maddening. It's irresponsible as a society. We have given away every last bit of power and shreds of self-competence as a public. We've just given it away. We've given it to them on a silver platter. And the people who continue to give their shit away on a silver platter are rewarded. They're boosted in algorithms. They're given the big sponsorship deals. And they don't question it because they're validated in their head. Oh my God, people like me. People like me. Oh my God, I could put out this narrative that I've never even looked into. I'm just repeating what these people that are paid millions of dollars on the news say. Oh my God, people really love me. Now we see right through it. We see right through it. And you know it deep down. It's a joke. It's wrong. Put yourself in their shoes. Put yourself in the family shoes. This isn't victim shaming. This has nothing to do about the 2 surviving roommates, the 4 victims, Brian Kohberger, Moscow, Idaho. It has nothing to do with them. This case got the world news all fired up and was pushing it out relentlessly, as they still are. It makes 0 sense. But people are mad that the ones who have a brain still, that aren't over-fluoridated, that don't drink the tap water, that use their head, that speak their mind, that think out loud, they don't give a shit what you think about them because they know their truth. They know their morals. They know their characters. No, we're not worried. We're not worried. And guess what? It's growing, everybody. The number of people like us are growing. Get on board or get left in the dust, because I'm done playing nice about this. In general, not just this case. I'm done playing nice about it. You think I give a shit? We've been too nice in the Hive. We've let people come in and talk shit and say all this other stuff, like Jeff H's bitch ass saying all this stuff, and he's going to come in here and act all nice. He's going to tune in. He's going to get all this shit, and then he's going to go talk shit in other comments. I never say stuff like that. That bothers me to my core. People are sorry. That's sorry ass pussy shit. And I don't even know how I just came up with that combination of swear words. It rattles me. It rattles me. Because it's not just people being online anymore, everybody. Newsflash, the internet is no longer just the internet. The internet might be more of reality than reality. So wake up to the fact that if you see some shit that is clearly a lie online, you say something about it. And I'm not talking about coming at the people like us who literally start every stream with a freaking disclaimer saying that this is a contrarian thinking live stream. So if you're easily rattled or offended on behalf of others, this won't be the stream for you. We know what we're doing here because we have brains. We have brains, everybody. We don't just go along and clap and nod and go, oh, Nancy Grace, Ashley Banfield, give me a break. It's a joke.
Okay. And you were with, what was your buddy's name? What's up there? You were with last night?
Yeah, at the bar.
Okay. Okay, how did you see him last night?
And then,
yeah. Happy, fine.
Did you go to pick up your phone?
Okay. What time did you guys make it home from the bar?
Oh, maybe I didn't actually.
1:30.
You didn't shut it down?
I tried to.
Are you guys at the corner club?
You guys recognize all these
God damn it, Jeff. Name one thing that you've done that says you're trying to figure out the puzzle pieces. No, you haven't. You haven't, bro. Stop lying to yourself. And I'm not just trying to call you out because, yes, you're a very easy target, okay? That's why I haven't. I'm going to be honest. It's not even a challenge to call you out, Jeff. It's so easy. It's so fucking easy. It's not even fun. That's why I don't do anything to you in the chat. I just ignore it. I laugh. If anything, I go along with it. Okay, so don't say we're trying to all figure it out. No, we're not. We are trying to figure it out. You are not.
Then what happened once you guys got back?
We went downstairs.
I tried to call Maddie and Ethan, and then I rolled down the next floor.
She called.
How intoxicated was
Maddie? At what time?
Corner club till 1:30, so. Pretty drunk.
And 422.
What time did you guys go to bed at? So just hang out real quick.
And then 422.
Does he share a room with anybody?
And then Kaylee at 431.
And Kaylee's his ex-girlfriend, is that correct? Okay. How's their relationship seem to you?
So no answer, and then did you go to sleep after that?
Yeah, I just kind of fell asleep again.
She moved to Texas?
I was like half awake.
Why she moved to Texas?
Okay. And then what throughout your day did you got up at what time today?
I like woke up and my jaw was doing really bad.
Gotcha.
The teacher had her at like 6 or 7, and then I just went back to bed.
She moved in Texas.
I didn't know when to do that anyways.
Is she currently seeing anybody else or anything like that that you know of? Okay. I think so. Would you be upset if she was?
Moscow 70, could I get the time this call was generated?
But she not, right? Does he seem like someone that'd be jealous or anything like that? No?
Got me thinking. Alright. Never seen anybody in there that moved along?
I'm still the whole time with my door locked. That's why I was in the bed. I didn't really hear anything because I thought it was being like loud and making kids.
We'll be able to help you guys more. Okay. Really can't see.
Do you have your offer?
If anybody
any
seems
parent contact information?
Odd, more odd than usual.
Okay.
More words about what's going on or anything.
Okay. What's Maddie's boyfriend's name?
If there's any wounds on anybody, if you notice anything out of place, make sure you guys give us a call, okay? Okay.
Does anybody have any issues?
See, we might have detectives reach out to you guys or some more of your roommates for some follow-up questions and stuff. Okay, guys? Okay, thanks. And this is car, correct? Did you guys take this to and from the Corn Club? Which car did you guys take? Yeah, right.
And then I was talking to you about the formal.
That wasn't a fair question.
Okay, so you guys have a formal. No issues? Everybody got along? And you were out here when I rolled up?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know if I have any other questions for you right now. Okay. I appreciate that you did very well for calling as things become more clear. Write them down or something so you don't forget. Sound like a good plan? Like I said, some other people are going to be talking here. And then we'll make sure everybody has the detective's case number or the detective information, and so that you can reach out to us if anything comes to mind, and not just wait for us to reach out to you. That makes sense?
Hey, do you guys mind if I walk around back?
Physically,
is that
cool? Are you doing fine otherwise? Okay. All right, we'll go back there. Thank you very much. Does anybody else live here? Okay. Who, by show of hands, who was all here when I got here? Sorry to talk to you too. Okay. Alright. One second. So, Maddie and Kaylee were at the club last night. They got grub truck after. Don't know if they ran into anybody that maybe had issues there. They just had a formal the other day when without a hitch. There was no issues at formal. Since there's nobody that they should be having bad blood. So obviously follow up can be done at the club and the drug truck at the very least. I did a very preliminary interview with the two people that live here and that were here last night. Everybody else I'm about to identify was not here last night, but was here in the parking area when I rolled up, so I'll just get that perfect.
Everybody asked, is any of these cars going to these guys?
Ryan asked, sounds like they recognize all these vehicles to include some of the ones down there.
If they ask, if any of these can leave for the time being.
Okay.
We need to start, once guys can get to it. So.
Yeah. A couple of them did ask about like bottles of water or something. I don't know if they can really basically work that
Thank
out.
you, Tracy.
We can call you, Matt.
I have a couple bottles.
I know.
Appreciate that, Tracy. I'm calmed down now. Sorry, everybody. Got a little riled up there, but it's okay. Did a couple centering breaths, gave myself a little mental pep talk, and now I'm back. I'm good. Sometimes I have to do that, though.
Would you want to help out however they can?
Okay, I'll go grab them out of my car.
Okay.
And then
we keep asking, what's the status of all four people? I don't from,
they all
figuring out. If they ask you. Okay. What's your name?
What do you how far do I need to go back? This like I said, this browser bar is a little bit touchy. Like 30 seconds, 1 minute. What did you guys see? Yeah, I saw you say it too. What do I got to go back? I'll go back like 2 minutes. Hopefully that's enough. No, and I'm not apologizing for any of the words that I said. I'm just sorry that I interrupted this, this footage. I take back my apology.
Some of the ones down there.
If they ask, any of these can leave for the time being.
Okay.
We need to start, once guys can get to it. So.
Yeah. A couple of them did ask about like bottles of water or something. I don't know if they can really logistically work that out. We can call you, Matt.
I have a couple bottles in the car.
Okay. I know. If you want to help out however they can.
Okay, I'll go grab them out of my car.
Okay.
And then
we keep asking, what's the status of all four people? I don't from,
they all
figuring out. If they ask you. Okay. What's your name? What?
Hello.
What's going on?
Can't really tell you guys right now.
Really?
Yeah. Sorry about it. You live here?
Yeah, I was.
Have you been gone all day?
Yeah, I just got home.
Okay. Were you gone last night or?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
think the one that's upstairs with the other guys first. Because the boyfriend was over here. And they were all drinking last night. And he went to bed like 32. But they were with that girl. Okay, because that's where they said they were. And then he said that they recently broke up.
Roger just texted and said he's going to come in.
Okay. So they might have been at the Corn Club. I don't know what you guys know. Last night, they might have been at the Corn Club. This group of guys up here was possibly with them. And one of the couples, I think it might be one of the females, was deceased. The sex came up earlier and was asking what was going on. So he's in the back of his car. But they were all with him last night. And we just walked all the way around and didn't see anybody and run and anything like that. They might
We have family members walking up. Where do you want me to sit?
I would have to know.
But there's a ton, obviously.
What are we trying to
launch a search? There's a lot of guys.
Okay.
Hey, I just talked to our shift sergeant.
I assume probably all of them.
Right back and start on the search warrant right now.
And then the last calls to you, this is the timestamps that good right after it happened. Is at 4:21, 4:22, 4:30. She made these phone calls immediately after the bang.
Okay. Okay. I'm trying to call the people that are in this.
Yeah, you just want to text me. Spirits and stuff, trash cans. Perfect. Any bloody clothes, bitch. What do you want from me? Right now.
Do we want to shut this down so traffic's not going through?
I can do that.
Okay, we got that locked down.
All right. Thanks, Darren. All right.
Yeah, I'm kind of torn on it. So Rumble with CJ says the red Jeep is there. You can just barely see the top of it. It's on a slope. That's why it's not more visible. Yeah, I mean, kind of. It just seems like the Jeep would be way more obvious than, I mean, this is a little car. I don't know. Who knows? It's probably just an optical illusion. Probably just some camera trick, right, Jeff?
Sounds like your possibility was that. Okay. We haven't seen it. Obviously, I shot one through there, so we didn't leave anybody. And then, what did your lady say about someone coming in, seeing somebody coming in?
Good. Hey,
saw a
can you
guy
guys
masked,
stay here for a
about
little
6
bit?
foot,
Is that okay?
skinny built like a basketball player, she described. Said that
cool?
he had a just full black mask. See, like
Or
ski mask.
everybody inside just your roommates?
At
or-
about 4. Immediately
You want
after,
extra?
she yelled and said there's someone in the house. This girl ran and locked herself in her room. Could hear a roommate that was upstairs, Kaylee. Somehow she
Who
didn't
was that?
understand that it was Kaylee screaming. Then she could hear this masked man
Okay,
saying,
perfect. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Thanks.
Sorry. She could hear him say, "You're gonna be fine. I'm gonna help you." And then
Shut off?
So both these houses are staying inside.
Yeah. Okay. Search warrant. As far as search warrant goes.
Good description of the place.
Okay.
Curious.
Okay.
What are you doing? Well, get your ass in town. We've got a quadruple homicide. Yeah, 1122 King Road.
Alright, so talking to John, just need to go back to the PD with the DMR. You're going to start grabbing interviews.
Yep, sounds good. And then I gotta grab my phone. You're looking for any shell casings, knives, or just any indicia weapons used.
Weapons.
I don't want to get too deep into the rooms.
Tools to break into the building. Electronic devices. Etc.
Okay.
Main thing is just get the body of it.
Okay.
Just take this time. We was dispatched here. Prosecutor, when you get hold of the on-call prosecutor, tell them what we got. Let them know that you're working on a search warrant and the nature of it, and then we'll go from there. They'll have a long list.
Okay.
Here's Corbin's inside the camera. Corbin's inside the camera.
All right. Do a quick walkthrough, and then
I haven't finished IDing everybody here. I'll let Shane know so you can go get that for somebody else. Hey boss, I gotta get going to start some paperwork back at the station, so you might don't want to go with me. I'll have you stay here. Like I said, we'll...
Is that hoodie considered teal that he had on? Like I said, I'm colorblind, like real life colorblind. Is that actually a teal hoodie? Is this teal? Yes. Okay. Well, that's what Sherlock, to go back to the beginning, 2.5 hours ago. That's what I was saying is like these leaks, they're so selective. Like you think that a leak typically destroys a narrative. No. How funny is it that in a case like this, the leaks actually, in the media, they twist it to help it, right? They gaslight us on an industrial level. It's been a long time since I've had that big of a crash out. It felt good. To be honest, I loved it. I absolutely loved that. I've been a little bit too nice. And it's not to say that I'm not a nice person. I've been like a little bit like, oh, it's the Hive. People can disagree. Well, no, there's a difference between like proactive thinking out loud and kind of the discernment of the back and forth. And then there's just dumbasses. There's just douchebags. There's people that I would never want in a foxhole with me. The last comment I'll say about Jeff H is like, Jeff H is probably the guy in like Okinawa. Everyone's like, stay in your foxholes. Stay in your foxholes. Don't get up. Got Japs out there. Jeff H will get up and take a piss. Somebody will end up pew-pewing him and he'll blame it on them because he's too big of a pussy. He's got to piss his pants because he's so scared. You know what I mean? And Jeff H, I have no problem with you. Just understand, like, you broke through this barrier of keeping my mouth shut now. You're not getting the best of me. This is nothing more. I would say this to anybody that gave your comments out. I just don't ever want to be like you. Ever. It seems like a very boring life. And it's weird to try to picture my life with a brain like yours. Like so many people that just clap along. I'm blessed with my brain. I've had those thoughts. I've said my prayers, and I've been grateful for being given the mind that I've been given. Now, I love my life, and I love my wife, and I love this Hive. And I wouldn't be streaming if I didn't genuinely believe this to my core, that people just need to start talking how they would talk amongst their friends. Enough of this PR, HR, corporate Kool-Aid bullshit. Enough of it. I'm sick of it. I hope you guys are too. Let's get the normal people, regular people, everyday folk together And let's talk normally. Let's talk openly. Let's have a discussion. And I know discussion is a really big word for some of you fluoridated idiots out there. I didn't want to get, do you think I wanted to get this pissed off on a Saturday morning? And you didn't piss me off, by the way. I'm pissed off at the entire system. You just kind of represent everything that I'm pissed off at. So there's like 5 names I could name off the top of my head. I'm not going to name them. You guys could probably guess. They all have one massive thing in common. They don't have a spine at all. And guys, I probably am coming off like a huge dick right now. But if you've been tuned in, I have a giant heart. I have a big heart. I love people. I love interacting with people. I love connecting with everybody. But you have to have a balance. You have to have a balance. And I think it's time for the Hive to find their balance. There has to be a certain intensity behind what we are doing. We're not doing this for clicks and for views and all that stuff. Okay? There's a to an extent, there's a game you got to kind of play. Let's be honest. There's an algorithm game, like how I'm like the chat, like this, like that. I'm not in this for the money. Are you kidding me? When I say I don't want to put anything behind a paywall, I don't ever want to do that. People are like, why aren't you doing like your PayPal or this or that? I'm like, because I didn't even know the super chats took X amount of percent. That's how little I look into it. I do this because I love it. I do it because on TikTok, I got a bunch of attraction. They kept shutting down my live. So I was like, I'm going to come over on YouTube. I'm grateful for people like Tommy Jude that welcomed me with open arms, that put me onto his channel when I was putting out one of my newer theories at the time, helped me launch this channel. I'm grateful for everybody that tunes into the Hive. I'm not up here on a soapbox telling people that, oh, I'm just so different. No, I know that I'm not different. I know that I'm not different, but the difference is that I'm okay with everybody seeing that. I'm okay with everybody seeing me and who I am. And that's an outlier in today's world online. I'm not trying to sit here and explain myself either. I appreciate people saying that, I don't have to. I know that. I just, like I said, I'm human. I don't like to get fired up. Is it fun? Yeah. Right? I mean, it is. It's fun to just yell into a mic and speak your mind. And of course it is. But I never want to lose sight of what the Hive is. Hence why, again, I'm going back to being involved in the chat, talking to you all. Our goal, my entire goal of starting this channel is like thinking different hits different. That was my little tagline when I started my TikTok. Thinking different hits different. And it goes back to a very simple concept, which is there is an instinct inside of every one of us that when you hear something that you've never heard before and it just clicks. That's how I would sum up thinking different hits different. It just clicks. Everything makes sense. Whether it's about the geopolitical climate, whether it's about big tech overreach, big pharma being shisty, the true crime aspects of it, the mainstream media. I love you guys, genuinely. I'm grateful and I'm honored to be, able to do this every day. I hope you guys know I'm more motivated than ever. I'm trying to make sure that, again, I keep in mind that every stream is the best viewing experience for you all. Putting in hours trying to figure out this damn super chat thing up on the screen and other cool things that we can do in the Hive. I love the roundtables. I love the Discord. I love the Halloween contest. You guys are my friends. You guys are my friends. I have your back. I know you guys have my back. And, I'd rather have quality over quantity. So when I'm sitting out here saying like, hey, please go like that chat, please subscribe. I'm saying that because at the end of the day, I know there's more people out there like us. There are more people out there like us. And I know the reality of the algorithm. If you like it and you subscribe, more people like us can feel confident to come in here and say stuff that they feel. You know, I didn't plan on this stream ever turning into the Hive, even what it is today. I mean, guys, you got to remember, I started on YouTube in May. I mean, I haven't even been on YouTube for 6 months. This all started for me accidentally posting a TikTok about Brian Laundrie accidentally on my business page in March. My wife, honestly, just a godsend and just such a huge blessing in my life, was like, you should just change that business profile and just call it Birdie. And then just get a webcam and talk like how you normally do. And I'm just so grateful that she said that. And I know nobody wants to listen to me talk about this. I just think it's important to say it every now and again. You know, I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't. I do a lot of research. I love to read, especially with the streaming stuff. I'm trying to look at things like what makes the interaction between a host of a stream and the chat better. So, I mean, you guys have my word. Like, I'm never going to stop trying to make this the best true freedom of speech, freedom to think out loud stream, the number one contrarian thinking stream on the internet, on YouTube, until I'm sure YouTube will ban us. Then we'll go somewhere else. We'll rebuild it. That's the difference too. I'm not afraid to rebuild this. Would it suck? Maybe. I don't want to. But that's the difference between me and a lot of other people. This is who I am, everybody. This is who I am. I can't not be like this. And sometimes I do think that if everybody just tapped into what do they want to do? Like, I have to have a full-time job still. I have another company that's like my passion project, and then I have this. You know, it's not like I don't do this full-time. I get up early, I stay up late, I get this ready because I love it. I love it. I'm grateful for the amount of people that tune in. I would be doing this if 2 people tuned in. So I just want you guys to know how much I love and appreciate you. I hope you all have a great rest of your weekend. And I will be back on tomorrow evening, Sunday, the 12th at 7 p.m. Central. I'll see you then, everybody. Cheers.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new